Hello and welcome back. I'm Snevens, and today we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable. Hope you enjoy. This game is kind of older. I haven't played it on my channel, but I didn't realize it had an update about a year ago. A huge update, actually. So I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. I don't remember how this starts. So yeah, it asked me to put the time in. I think maybe it's starting at this. Ah. Anyways, end is never.
This
Click
is the
OK.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yes. I'm gonna adjust the
And
audio.
then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, hold on. I need to change the audio settings. It's a little bit loud for me.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. Narrator said I stepped out of my desk. But is this true? Can I pick things up? What is that noise I'm making? Okay, right click actually walks. Weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That was a trace.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
It did it. Why are there coffee mugs in here? I like work. I just hate my boss. Smile, probably. Make sure you click everything. Somebody was playing solitaire. Lucky bastard. What's going on here? How to use help? Why do I keep turning everything off? Knowing your city. They spilled the coffee. No. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On the left? Okay. Hmm.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up you. Let it ball up inside of you. Hello? Graphs about things plus money. We have our product. Everyone is unique. You most of all. I don't believe you. Room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Is there something in here? What is this weird
There was
looking
nothing
tool?
here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No
It's not
reason
empty.
to still be here.
There's stuff in here. What's this mop bucket doing?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fuck all. Hey, I'm doing squats in here, man. You gotta get it where you can. You know, start exercising.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
I'm
Why?
exercising, guy.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
What is that? It's like an air gun or something, or maybe for water?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
It's got significance to me, and that's what's important, guy. You listen here.
Maybe
One of
to
these
you,
days.
this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Yeah, so like I was saying, this has lots of significance to me. We come in here, we do our
Stanley
routine.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job
That's just
because of
mean.
a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or
Ow.
with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, the drugs and hookers, come on now. I've never done either one. Maybe a
Well,
little bit.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
That's probably
You
true.
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in
That's
a
about right.
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Are you gonna call 911?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
That's
It's
probably true.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
If I don't want to. You gonna say something else to me? Because you were rather rude back there. Calling me a drug addict. Telling me I'm dead. Just because I'm sitting in here. Doing my daily exercises. Just getting in my squats where I can. I think he's not gonna say anything else.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee, coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Red? What is this? I can't read it. Is There's a nice drawing on it, though.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
This is my
And
car.
in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
I didn't know that.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
Then
it's
he
happening.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Okay.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
What is this guy going on
That this
about?
was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life
Sounds
is
boring.
normal. I am normal.
That's a weird job.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I don't believe you.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Hello?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? What happened to Stanley?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through
Stanley.
town talking and screaming to himself. and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What the
And
hell?
although
They
she
killed
would soon
Stanley.
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man.
They
He was
killed me.
obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Is that why you
But
murdered
then
me?
she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she
There's a dead
turned and
person here.
ran.
Might as well think about my career. Ah, that's right. I have a meeting. Yeah, screw this guy. I'm back. Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't think I did miss a memo. Waiting input? Input received. Surname access? That's a weird surname. How do I get in there?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
You
perfectly
killed me
well.
last time.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I guess I didn't go to the meeting room last time. I did go to the meeting room, actually.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Hello? Anybody want a cold drinks?
Yes.
Only $1.25?
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Fuel. What does this one say? Something.
At this point, Stanley's
Dad.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and
Mom.
reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone
Good
left.
value, probably. Okay, I want to see if he says something else, then we'll continue. I think he's gonna get mad.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
What message is that? Hold on, hold on. He's definitely gonna say more. Okay, he's not gonna say anymore. Alright, let's go.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and
This is
took
a nice
the first
urn.
open door on his left to get back to business.
What is this room?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's a big number. The calculator. Is there a key card? Did I miss it maybe? I wonder. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty of jumping on cargo lift. There's no way to jump.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to
I
tell
didn't think
him
it was
what to
gonna let me
do,
walk off.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am very powerful. Thank you very much.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Every time I come through, it lets me put more input into that. So next time we do this?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
It's pretty nice.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going the way we were coming. I don't see a key card.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Rather tall boxes.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't believe you. Nah, man. You're gonna kill me the second you get a chance. Cargo operations manual. No buckets past this point. Is there a bucket in here? Was there a bucket in here? Hold on, let me look real quick. Give me the bucket. I don't see a bucket. There's no bucket in here. Give me bucket.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I've given you the only thing you need.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
You have a soul?
You can't teach that, Stan.
Did you steal my soul?
Don't even try.
How did you get a soul?
Based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Worldwide leaderboard. Doors open. Doors open. Are these real people? Hmm. Well.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and
I
now
don't
would be
believe
a
you.
lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I do mind.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
What?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
Can I
and
join
if
the
he
danger?
reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been
It's a
playing it
chonky
for
baby.
about 4 hours.
It's
So why
chonky.
don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
4
sure to
hours?
keep notes on your experience.
How about 0?
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
I don't
Oh,
believe
hey,
you.
since
You
my
didn't
game
really
was so
seem sincere.
awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we
What do we have here?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What are we doing here?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems
game
obvious
is
to
this?
me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yeah, let's go. I can't jump off the edge. Oh, okay, that scared me for a second. Did not realize there was a staircase there. Where am I?
Oh, no. No,
I'm in Wyoming.
No, can't be.
What do you mean it can't be?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions.
Jonesy Lake?
No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls.
Well, you didn't like this
Something
one?
with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
You didn't like this one.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in
Rocket
mind.
League?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Yeah, it'd be difficult for sure, I guess.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Sports
it's
Ball
sports
2027.
Ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Where? What the frick? It's a rather large ball. I'll be red. Am I getting faster?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley,
Yeah.
I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely... Hold on, what are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
Well, seems like I don't need you. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't know if there's more to go. Where am I? Is this how I end up in the back rooms? This game just turns into the back rooms. It's gonna be scary as hell. It feels like the back rooms. I don't know where to go. Where did I come from? What is that room? It's kind of creepy looking. Can't open the door. Oh, wait, what? What is this? Security, maybe? There's nothing here. Yeah, because that's like a security room right there. What is going on? Hello?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him.
What were
He
you trying to tell
needs
me?
Someone
I don't
who will
need
wrap
you.
everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes.
You're just
Yes,
making
I'll
up
be back.
your own
There's
meaning.
no other way. Once
Self-importance.
this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
I don't believe you.
Very soon. I can wait.
Hello? Can I move? No? Is it gonna load?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We could do the meeting room this time. There's no computer this time for input. Where's the input computer? Huh. Maybe...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's just do what he says this time. Been ignoring him rather proper-like.
Yet there was not a single person here
Hawkless.
either.
Do
Feeling a
unbelievably
wave of
amazing work all
disbelief,
time, every day,
Stanley
with no
decided to
exception,
go up to his
promotion, or
boss's office,
recognition.
hoping he might find an
And
answer
fired.
there.
Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Let it ball up inside you. That's how you deal with anger.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, it's fancy looking? Executive bathroom. Extreme bathrooms. Oh, money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. What is that a picture of? Okay. Ah. Gotta find all the pages. Business strategies to kill pandas. Jesus. I'm sure this is where I'm supposed to go next.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Nothing but luck. What? Where's it taking me? Wouldn't let me press up. I guess we don't need to press up.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I don't like that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What is going on? There's a lot of numbers right there.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
This is Matrix?
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe. Wow. Oh, you could just walk off. Endings I need to find out about.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What am I, 247?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think he really cared, though.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Apparently.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ow. What's happening? They make different noises. Oh. Still disabled. I don't... Oh, facility power. Here we go. Well, it's not really online anyways. 0124. Is there more buttons? 3. Is there a 0 button? 0521? Not really sure. Yeah, let's press 521 and see what happens. Oh, there's a button up there. It's 3. Five, 2. What? Nothing. Am I doing things early? Ah, whatever. Let's go to the power. Big red button does nothing. It does nothing. Push the big red button.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Off. I feel like it was already off. How's it going?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
It's never over.
Yes.
What?
He had won. He
I don't
had
believe you.
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet,
I feel like
even
the
as the immense
narrator
door
is my boss.
slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But
Is he gonna
as
open all the way?
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed
I kind of don't
to know.
believe you.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
I feel like I'm
the
still
immense
inside the
possibility
building.
of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley is always happy. Oh, I beat the game for the first time. Usually I just die. Okay, let's see if we can find another input. I think I'm like
All
2
of his
away.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Ah, here we
Perhaps
are.
he had simply missed a memo. No
Okay, one
matter
more.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna follow it again, but there's like 2 points where I could diverge. There was one pretty close to the end. I think I could just kill myself. And another one where it was like, this is escape. Wait, is this different?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, that is true.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of differences in what I could have done. Like 3 different ways it could have gone right here. Up or down, I wonder? Not really sure whether I should go up or down. For now, we're gonna go up. Look at this lovely, lovely elevator music. Oh, it's the narrator singing. Step forward. What's it say? Short history of tensions between... Hello? Oh. Well, okay then. It's kind of disappointing.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
That's true.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What the hell? Yeah. 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 What? There's no books on his
Feeling
desk.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
It got real dark. If for some reason it's all unfinished, you think a super secret area would just be finished? No. They're just like, yeah, it's fine. I'm getting shot at.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word
I'm sure there was something going on with those numbered buttons earlier.
That at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, what the hell? I'm about that. Let's go. Show me what you got.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah, just murder me violently. Let me see. What you got?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah. At least I get to choose how it ends. Oh, wow. Does it really just kill me? Oh! What?
As the machine whirred
What's
into
happening?
motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
There's
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh no! Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
A new narrator? Are you gonna help me?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know. He definitely wanted to kill me, though.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? Office layout. Office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. The core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Wow. Corridor. The pacing of the opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure that the player reaches 2 doors in a good time. The set of the 2 doors open was the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. The exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The office. Somebody's computer. File cabinets. Office computers. Oh, are these the credits? What the hell? Button sounds. Section of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tones. Now, left or right? That's the question. Probably can do both, honestly. It's awful. Of the maintenance room? I actually haven't been to the maintenance room. Oh, it's the Matrix room. The lounge. What's going on with the money room? Office room. Some other place. From Forest, Dear Narrator. Dear Narrator. Will the Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings? Oh, I didn't read it. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for other promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here's a section of the emails. From a cool man. The lounge. I'm hoping it, like, tells me something. What's happening? The apartment timer? What? I haven't been to the apartment. Oh, if you didn't pick up the phone fast enough, you get a different ending? There's a vent? From the lounge to maintenance? To confusing ending? What the hell? Okay, we'll have to try that out next time. Zending levers? These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe the color they pulled. There's a lot of this game I haven't actually seen. Definitely got to play this a little more. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something different about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator, informing viewers that he's preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Okay. Oh, there's a pause menu. I haven't tried pausing the game, so I actually didn't know there was a pause menu. Oh, hello. What? Early version of the countdown. Okay. Let's go this way.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two.
Oh, wait,
you
what?
can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Well, if I'd done that, I would have chosen your path. I choose my path. You don't tell me the path to take. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. You have to press all the buttons. It's all the buttons. It's button heaven. Okay, I don't... Oh, they're all coming back on. What is happening? How long do I have to wait here? Is there a button in the sky? You can't jump. I'm trying to jump, but I can't jump. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do here? What is it saying? What the what? Yeah, I can't understand it. Okay, we'll begin from the game. Again. We'll just leave that there.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Okay, this is going to be my last run through, and then we're going to take a short break and play the back rooms.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What if I don't want to?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We do need to check out the break room, though.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Yes, thank you for opening it quickly. I tried to skip your dialogue last time, and you got really upset. Just drop me. Drop me. Let it go. Just drop me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, in the next area, I think I could just end it all.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Not really. Does it not let me climb this time? Or was it the next area? Oh no, it was right here. Was it right here? Was that the end?
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you.
Breaking the fourth wall.
When it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Well done. You did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job.
You did it.
3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
What is this song?
Jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful.
What is happening?
Used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Oh god, he's gonna say a lot.
Did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna end this here. We'll play this again next time. For sure. There's a lot more endings we haven't seen, so... Wait, hold on. Because the phone's ringing.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
That was weird. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to play some backgrounds. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.